Welcome to the Alchemy of Sex and Spirit, where sex, psychology and spirit meet. In this episode, I'll begin to answer the question everyone is asking. What is quantum sex? And stay until the end for this week's magical practice. It might just change everything. Once upon a time, before the first temple existed, before any word for God was spoken, there was a garden, a vast living garden. In this garden flowed two rivers. One was the river of fire, the other was the river of light. For countless ages, these two rivers ran side by side. They never met, yet each longed for the other. All creatures in the garden drank from either one or the other. Those who drank only fire burned with passion, but turned to ash. Those who drank only light became pure, but lifeless, ghosts of perfection. And so the garden began to fade. Then, one day, a gardener was born. Not a man, not a woman, a soul wearing the shape of humanity. The gardener looked around and saw that the flowers no longer bloomed as they once did, and that the soil was tired. If fire and light could flow together, the gardener whispered, the garden would live. But the rivers were separated by a wall of stones, stones of fear, guilt, arrogance and shame, laid there long ago by those who believed spirit and flesh must never touch. So each day the gardener rose before dawn, placing its hands upon the cold stones. With every breath it loosened one. Some stones crumbled easily, others were heavy. As the days passed, the gardener noticed something curious. Each time it lifted a stone, warmth moved through the garden. And when the gardener paused to breathe, light reflected in tears. Years passed, or perhaps moments. Finally, only one stone remained. It wasn't fear or shame, but the idea of separation itself. When the gardener touched this stone, it dissolved like a mist. And in that instant, the two rivers met. There was a sound like laughter and thunder together, the first cosmic orgasm, echoing through the garden of the world. Fire and light entwined, spiraling upwards as a single golden current, one stream descending, one ascending, meeting in the center of the garden, forming the river of life. So this, the gardener realized, is the secret of life itself. The fire of the earth must meet the light of heaven within us. The gardener laughed and cried at once. It had become a bridge between heaven and earth, masculine and feminine, sex and spirit. The old boundaries between above and below, sacred and profane, vanished. And the gardener said, let this union flow as freely as the rivers, for it's union that keeps the garden alive. The garden of the two rivers carries within it echoes of many ancient teachings. It's the mystery the ancients called the marriage of fire and light. The alchemists called it the philosopher's stone. Mystics call it the sacred marriage. Taoists call it the way, Yogis call it union. Magicians know it as the knowledge and conversation with the holy guardian angel. You might come to know it as quantum sex. It's the remembrance of the garden within you, the recognition that the fire in your belly and the light in your soul are two halves of the same current. When they meet, the world within you and the world around you are healed together. People everywhere ask me, what is quantum sex? I'll start by explaining what it isn't. Quantum sex isn't a new technique or an exotic form of lovemaking. It's a way of perceiving sex, a peculiar way of thinking, a spiritual path with sex energy as fuel. Crucially, it's the synthesis of all sexual paradigms, spiritual schools, paths, lodges, and yogas. Sexual consciousness is currently going through a process of evolution. Tantric sex, Taoist sex, Shamanic sex, sex magic, Kink, vanilla, he, she, they, all these schools form more stones in the garden, under which lay elitism, pride, and sectarianism. Even quantum sex may be considered as yet another school. It isn't. It's a way of being. It's the synthesis of all schools and types of sex. Along this path, an awareness arises. We're all connected. We're all ultimately one. Quantum sex can help you to plug in to the most powerful energy in the universe. What exactly is this powerful cosmic energy? The word we commonly use to describe it is sexual energy. All cosmic life, including that of human beings, emanates from this source. Yet we haven't even begun to research and tap into its endless, inexhaustible supply. There's nothing alive that wasn't created and animated by sex energy. It's the creative life force. It could be said, in the beginning, sex energy created the heavens and the earth. And where does this cosmic power reside? You may be surprised to hear it, but this most powerful force in the universe is in you. So, what is quantum sex? This is an existential question that could be applied to other subjects such as what is spirit, what is consciousness, what is love. Well, those who've practiced spiritual exercises will know for themselves what spirit is. Those who've experienced altered states of consciousness will know for themselves what consciousness is. Those who've been in love will know for themselves what love is. And if you follow this series and practice the magical practices at the end of the episodes, you'll be able to answer the question, what is quantum sex, for yourself. Over the next 8 episodes in this series, we'll visit the world's mystical sexual paths. We'll explore Kundalini, the backwards flowing method, sexual shadow work, the Kama Sutras, Tantric and Taoist sex. And from the Western esoteric paths, we'll explore the mystical and magical sexual practices, including Karezza, Kink, and sex magic. Oh, and we'll also reveal the common thread, the golden key that unlocks the higher potentials of sex energy. I'm teaching nothing new. There's little or no speculation involved. Everything comes from a foundation of universal wisdom and principles that have existed since antiquity, yet are ever new. Yet only one person in 10,000 discovers this magnificent path during their lifetime. It's so powerful that the simplicity of it outwits the intellectual. It's so profound that the complexity of it confounds the scientist. It's so vast that the possibility it contains confounds the materialist. By working consciously with it, as you become more aware of your own defects, judgmental attitudes, and spiritual or sexual pride, you'll gradually lose the negative states that exist within yourself, in the shadow, within your psyche. And then you'll find yourself experiencing extraordinary creativity in your everyday circumstances. You're not advised to look for instant success. Commitment and perseverance are essential. But over time, the after effects of the study and the magical practices won't just be more knowledge, but more love. Not simply better sex, but a better world. And it's you who will make the difference. This is how quantum sex can ultimately enable you to create anything you desire in your life. It works like magic. Magical practice. Go into the garden or to a green space like a park or field and select a rock or stone, or alternatively purchase a small piece of crystal or gemstone. These are aspects from the crust of the earth. Later, find a place where you can be quiet and alone. Set your timer for 15 minutes. Begin by quietening your mind through a few minutes of conscious breathing. As you inhale through your nose, feel the cool air entering your nostrils. And as you exhale, feel the warm air exiting through your nostrils. Breathe deeply but without strain. Notice the diaphragm or belly area rise as you inhale and sink back as you exhale. After a few minutes, open your eyes and gaze upon your stone, rock, crystal, or gemstone for no more than 5 minutes. Now close your eyes and meditate behind closed eyes at the visual imprint of the crystal or other chosen mineral. Now, imagine yourself entering the stone or crystal. Actually feel yourself of crystalline formation. And look out on the universe from this standpoint. Feel yourself momentarily being one with the essence of the mineral at the very core of the earth. Feel that unity, even for a few seconds at first, with the life force there at the core of the earth. When your timer sounds for the close of practice, slowly return your awareness to your physical body and the room in which you're sitting. As you get on with your day, from time to time throughout the day, feel the earth beneath your feet. And pause for a moment to be grateful for your connection with the essence that planet Earth is composed of. I hope you've enjoyed or found interesting today's episode. If something has spoken to you, maybe it stirred a question or touched something inside that wants to go deeper or to heal, you're welcome to reach out. If you'd like to arrange that call, you'll find a link in the episode description. Thank you for listening. I'm David Brown, and this is the Alchemy of Sex and Spirit.